you have like cornrows under, you could sew that to them as well. When I go like to get my wig laid professionally, they do the cornrows and like they sew it through just to keep everything like intact. But if you're just laying it for like a day or two, then you really don't need to be doing the extras. So now that we have this, make sure all of your hairs are set back. And now we're gonna go in with our Got To Be Free Spray. This I get from Walmart, but I think it's around $5. It's like a super strong gel, like super strong hairspray pretty much. I don't know what type of hair you're trying to get if you're just using this for fun, but we're gonna go ahead and spray this lightly around our hairline. I do a light layer first, and as you go, you just want to make sure everything is tucked in. And then what we're gonna do is go in with hairspray, blow dryer, not hairspray, and we're gonna put this on a cool setting, very cool, and just again blow dry this until it's dry. Okay, so now that we have like a little good layer around here, you just want to blow dry it until it's dry. It is going to be like a little bit sticky once you spray the glue, but once you blow dry it, it should be like tough to the touch, like there should be no sticky parts or anything like that. And typically I go in with around 2 to 3 layers of spray. The first time that I did this, I didn't use a blow dryer and it took forever to dry. On my second layer, I think I'm good. You just want to make sure that it feels pretty secure. Make sure every part is tucked in. A part that's always like really big for me to make sure that I get in is like this little sideburn area. These are little cuticle scissors that I picked up from CVS. Oh my goodness, you guys, I have a fucking line on there. I'm using this just to get really precise along my hairline. So I start off just by cutting it in the middle to, you know, release the blood flow. And then I go in and cut off like the bigger parts. I'm gonna zoom you guys in right now. Hold it. I gently pull it a little bit and then just cut off whatever is being pulled off. And you're still gonna have like a space between your hairline and the wing cap. This is just pretty much getting like the band part off, as you guys can see. We're not pulling too hard, just enough that the parts that don't need to be on there come off. This part probably takes the longest for me. When I first started doing wigs, this took me a while to, you know, get right. But now that I've been doing them for a minute, I feel like I got a lot better and I'm just like a lot faster at it. I leave my ears tucked in for now because I don't want to deal with them yet. I go in with my little mirror and begin picking and then cutting as close to my hairline as I can. This is why I also like using the cuticle scissors for this, just because it has like one little end that's curved. Now we're gonna go to the ears. So how I like to cut this is just get a little slit. Ow, I cut my ear. But pretty much once you cut the slit, you can just kind of pull your ear out and then cut off the little extra piece around here. Make sure you do not cut off your hair though, because that has happened to me and it's not fun. So now we're looking like, what is it, balloony from Dr. Doofenshmirtz? That's what the fuck I'm looking like right now. But now that we're pretty much done with the bald cap, now we're getting into the fun part, which is the actual wig. This is from Freya wig. As you guys can see, it's just like a nice dark brown, 18 inches, which is probably one of my favorite lengths. 18 to 20 inches is like my golden ratio. And we have 2 strands of the bleached part along the front with all the little baby hairs plucked. It was already plucked in the hairline, so I haven't done any plucking on this. And honestly, I don't think I really need to. Here you have this. She's real cute. I just straightened her and then gelled down some of the little baby hairs. What I like to do first is get the wig. And you guys want to make sure that you measure it to your size as well. As you guys can see, this one has the little clips along here. So I'm pulling this pretty small because I do have like a small head. A lot of people think I have a big head, but I really don't. And we're gonna pop that around. Oh my goodness. Okay, so every time I do a new wig, after I do my little stocking cap, I just like to pull this up and see what we're working with. This one actually, I don't think I need to pluck at all. I actually really like this. I wish I had hair, bitch. I wish I had hair. Now that we have that, I'm gonna pull this back a little bit and I'm going to finish up working on the sideburns here. And then what I'm going to do is get my Got2b spiking glue. This is like the actual gel. And I'm going to put this along here and just like rub it down just to blend this into my forehead. And then we're going to get our wig glue and glue this on. So what I'm going to do right now is put some powder along my hairline so that it matches my scalp. So it matches my skin really nice. This is just a Morphe powder. And then I put it a little bit along here just to cover. And now I'm getting my Got2b gel. I'm just putting this along here. Really thin, not too much, just to make sure that the wig cap stays to my forehead, because what used to happen was that the lace would stick to my forehead and then the wig cap underneath would like slip out. So this is how I stopped that from happening. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I just have the wig. I took the wig off and I was just kind of looking at where I'm gonna cut the lace. So I actually keep the lace on until around 20 minutes after it's glued down. But the part that goes around my ear, I do want to cut, because if it's too big and the hair goes down too low, you are gonna notice it. You want to do this in small sections because you don't want to cut it too small and then not be able to add hair. If you cut it like too big, you can always cut some off, but you cut it too small, there's no way to put that back on. I always get so nervous before I have to do this. Now we're ready to actually glue the wig down. 40 minutes later. The wig glue that I use is this Walker Tape Ultra Hold. I get this at my local beauty supply store for like 12 bucks. I don't really know if I recommend it. If it's your very first time doing a wig, I don't recommend it, because when I did a wig for the first time and I used this glue, literally my boyfriend and I were like picking the wig glue off my forehead forever. Like, it was stuck on there. You know, if you're a little bit used to dealing with this, then go ahead and pick it up because it's a really good glue. So I'm starting off by putting it all on the center first, because what I like to do is lay the center and then do the edges. After you put the glue, I'm going to go ahead and blow dry it for around 30 seconds or until it gets tacky. You pull up the wig, and you want to be pretty careful when you do this. Make sure it's all set, and then boom, lay it down. I like to use the end of a brush, just set it down. I used to use like a rat tail comb, but I don't know where it's at. If you have a rat tail comb, that works so good for this. I just kind of press it down. Now when I do the sides, I like to clip back the hair so that it doesn't get in the way. And then we have this ready to go. So we're just pulling this up a little bit. You still want to be very gentle with the first area because the glue is still like fragile. But we're just pulling this up a little bit and placing the glue all along here. Wow, this is actually looking kind of long. Now we're going to work on the other side. Now that that's all laid back, go ahead and pull it back a little bit. We're not cutting the lace yet, but I'm getting my little wrap. Make sure you get it right where the lace is at so that it sticks on underneath. And then we're going to go ahead and tie this up at the top and then leave this around for 15 to 20 minutes. I'll hit you guys back once I'm done with this. Okay, so it's been around 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take this off and see what we're working with. Comb through this. Everything should be dry by now. If you still feel like it's a little bit tacky, don't brush it out. Tie it back up and then come back a little bit later. But now we're going to go ahead and cut the lace. So I'm going back in with my little cuticle scissors, and we're just going to cut this as close to your natural hairline. Okay, and now the very last thing that I like to do is go in with some rubbing alcohol and a little cotton pad and just go along and clean the edges of my face to make sure that all the wig glue is off. I did this in my chit chat get ready with me, and a lot of people thought that I was just rubbing alcohol on my face for no type of reason. And everyone was like, oh my god, that's so bad for you. And I was like, alright you guys, so that's pretty much it for the video. I just went ahead and did my makeup and now I'm pretty much done. Hopefully you guys learned something from this. Hopefully I tried to explain it my best. Do chill. Hopefully you guys kind of got the gist of it. I hope you guys try out wigs because I never thought that I needed a wig in my life until I laid my first wig and I was like, my life has changed. I will never go back to how I used to live. If you guys want to check out this wig, the link will be down below. I have worked with Freya wig in the past and I did my hot pink wig with that. So